Last
The Last of Us, yes. And the sponsor for this segment is going to be Lexi Kyle on Twitch because she streamed last night.
Indeed.
So you can go there. It's whoever I decide is going to be part one. So, yeah, so The Last of Us episode 6, right, is what it was.
Yeah.
And in this episode, they start kind of again with Henry killing his brother. They have like a little bit of flashback of that. And then Joel and Ellie meet the old couple. They're in the people's house. They're asking about where his brother is.
Yeah.
And they kind of get sent on their way with a little map.
Yeah.
Ellie steals
Just
a
don't
rabbit.
cross the river of death.
Right. Yeah. And that was never I don't know where that comes from.
Yeah.
That's I don't know. Like it's just a thing that's added to drama in the show. So this episode I thought was fine. I did not like it better than the last one. I thought that episode 5 was better than this one.
Interesting.
In my personal, this one was fine. It was there was nothing in it that was like Kevin, hello sir.
What up, Kevin?
Yeah, there was nothing in it that I hated a lot. But
It's not really
there's-
exciting.
No, and that's one of the things that I have. One of the notes that I have is that the show isn't as interesting because there aren't like the actiony elements that there are in the game, especially the infected being one of them. They're essentially not an issue at all unless you're in a big city. It sounds like, which
It
is
seems like it.
Like it does switch it back and forth in the game. What is a more dominant threat? But there's always a consistent threat of the infected from my memory.
Yeah. What was the time jump in this one? It was like 3 weeks later or something like that?
It was like 3 months, I think,
3
which
months.
is pretty standard. It's done kind of in seasons in the game. Is
Okay.
that you start and it's like fall or something like that, and then winter and spring, summer. So it does go like that. That is how it's, especially because you're traveling from Boston all the way to.
like
Excuse me.
like the Midwest or whatever.
Right, they're in Pittsburgh, and then the college that they're at is in Colorado, and then eventually they make it to Salt Lake City. So yeah, so they make it all the way to Utah. So it takes a while if you're walking the whole way.
Yeah, that
You
makes
know?
sense.
So
It'll probably take a few months considering
precisely.
there's no there's no lodging or amenities along the way in this world.
Right. Them getting lost is never really an issue. Like it seems like they travel by the road quite a bit, but I think that's just another like show element. So the things that I really didn't enjoy, right? Because they were fine. It was the
chill.
episode was fine, right? So of course we're gonna bitch about it. So the things that I did not like about it is the pussification of Joel as a character, the anxiety attacks that he's having, and like the crying and the upsetness. I went back, as I do. I went back
Indeed.
this morning and I watched the cutscene footage of those conversations that happened between him and his brother. That's a different tone in the show than it is in the game. In the game, like you can tell that he's starting to get close to Ellie, and maybe that is part of like his underlying fear, but he doesn't want. That's not how the discussion goes down with his brother. With his brother, it's much more of like, I don't want this fucking responsibility. It's more up your alley anyway. Just do this for me. Like I did enough for you back in the day. It's time for you to repay me. And that's there. Like I said, there's definitely an undertone of he's getting close to her. He doesn't want to lose her, like that type of shit. But that's not. I don't know. I'm bothered for some reason in the difference in the way the conversations happen, because it in the game, and I told you this, you're able to pick up on these things without that being a like part of the actual dialogue that's happening, you know? And so
The subtext is there.
I'm confused by it almost. Why it's necessary in a show that has real people in it. There should be more emotion that you're able to read from it. You shouldn't have to be putting that in the dialogue. If I'm able to pick that up in the game, why am I not able to pick it up in the show?
Yeah.
That is something, and
You're showing, you're not telling, or you're telling, you're not showing.
Right, and I don't know why that is. That I have not figured out yet. But it does seem odd that they're having to insert it in the dialogue like that.
Yeah.
And I don't like the anxiety attacks, like that type of stuff. It's not. You're making him a puss. He's a badass. He's a fucking savage. The whole of the game, and that's what to me what makes the kind of the switch in the final chapter that much more intense is that he is now. It's not just about the mission. He's going against everything, and he's going to kill all of these random people to save Ellie's life. That's what makes that shift
the end of
so
the
much
game.
more intense. Yeah, at the very end.
Yeah, it's definitely, I have heard that a lot from not just you, but from other people on the internet talking about this episode. And that's generally one of the main takes. It's like, this isn't the same Joel.
Yes.
It is not the same Joel. There are parts where they do kind of align a little bit. But this whole self-doubt, wallow in self-pity, I'm too old, I'm too deaf, I shouldn't be doing this, I'm not prepared,
Right.
all I'm going to do is get this girl killed. That doesn't seem to be a strong narrative in the game.
No,
And
we
so
can even.
it's and for whatever reason, that's probably creative choice from the showrunners. Obviously, they like to do that kind of stuff, but they obviously at this point we know how much they like to just take as much creative liberty as they can get away with in their show comparatively to the game.
So I just sent you the link for the cutscene movie footage that I was watching. And yeah, so we can even watch the conversation between Joel and his brother.
No free ads.
That's right. And it starts at, I have it at 1:32:18.
1:32:18. That's a timestamp.
Boom.
Boom. All right, let's pull it up.
So we can watch this for a minute and you'll be able to see the difference in the tone. And before we start this, I was also talking to Brian about another scene that we can watch. That the girl who plays Ellie is not a good actress, and I know she's not good because she delivers less emotion and less convincingly than the voice actress in the game.
Yeah.
That's a problem. If I'm able to watch you instead of a cartoon character, I should get more. The same deal as the other thing. I should get more emotion from you as a person than I did from this video game character. Why is that not the case when you are a fucking human being? You're a real person. And I'm still not as convinced as I was in the game.
You can't even make it as good as the game.
You could watch the same thing I just watched and literally match her tone precisely, and then you would be good. Just don't change it at all. Why adjust it? If it's hitting fucking just right in this game, then be an actress, listen to it, and then match the tone so it's fucking on, right?
Interesting setup here.
This is the dam. Yeah, this is on top of the dam, right? And so eventually they're going to go inside of it for a second, and you'll see like the turbine thing that they're getting spun up. I know y'all aren't talking about this, but have either of you seen the documentary titled Ethos with Woody Harrelson? If you watch it, you'll never watch TV again. I have never seen it before.
I might watch that tonight.
But I do like Woody Harrelson.
I'm a huge Woody Harrelson fan, except for that one movie. That movie goes a little dark. When him and his lady, the serial killers, what's that called?
Oh, Natural Born Killers.
Yeah, I've seen that movie twice because it's like, oh, it's such a great movie.
Right.
It's a messed up movie.
Yeah.
But anyways, it does not highlight his acting chops. We'll put it that way. He's just
good.
a psychopath.
Yeah.
Remember how we thought no one could live like this anymore? We're doing it.
Is that his brother?
Yeah, that's his brother.
Oh, so they're getting
Getting the turbines going inside of the dam.
There you go.
Nice work, boys.
So there's a small callback where
Yeah.
they were in the show where they do like they look at the dam and they kind of just like, oh yeah, there's this broke ass dam.
It's quite the crew you got here.
Hey, they're good men. This place gives them a second chance. Gives us all a second chance.
This is
Why'd
such a
you leave
fucking good
Boston?
game.
And you've been replaying, right?
I've been
Yep.
on quite the adventure, little brother.
I reckon it's got something to do with that girl.
It's got everything to do with that little girl.
Well, go on then.
Go on, man.
She's immune.
Do you see how much more
Into what?
Texas they are than Pedro Pascal?
Oh yeah.
I know I've seen her breathe enough spores to take down a dozen men. Nothing.
Oh yeah, that's another big one in the game is the breathing of the spores compared to like actually having to get bit.
It's a more common theme, and they talked about it in the first episode. It's just a more difficult medium to deliver over television. Like it's easier to do in the game because they have to just put on a mask.
Yeah, it would have
But-
to look like magical fairy dust or something like that if you're
Right.
gonna do it in the TV show.
Right. So I'm not mad at all about that. And that's like a very passive, mostly when you're underground, like is when you're dealing with that type of stuff because it's it's contained, you know. So when there's an infected that is dead somewhere underground, the spores or the mushroom continues to grow, and so it just spores out.
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have believed it neither, but I can show you.
Look how rough Joel looks too.
Yeah, dude. Real rough.
I'll bite. Why bring her here?
I'm supposed to deliver to the Fireflies. The way I figure they're your boys, you finish the job, you collect the whole damn payment.
I haven't seen a Firefly in years.
You know where they are. Now, I'm not asking for much, Tommy. I just want some simple gear, enough to set me on my way.
What makes you think I'd do this for you?
This isn't for me, Tommy. This is for your damn cause.
My cause is my family now. You ain't talking about some walk in the park here.
Jesus, boy. Have Maria get some of your born-again friends to do it.
They got families, too.
Tommy, I need this.
Very interesting.
You want some gear? Sure. But I ain't taking that girl off your hands.
This is how you gonna repay me, huh?
Repay you?
For all those goddamn years I took care of us.
Took care. That's what you call it? I got nothing but nightmares from those years.
You survived because of me.
It wasn't worth it.
Ooh.
I bring you the cure from mankind, and you wanna play the pissy little brother.
We ain't back in Boston. You lay your hands on me again, it won't end well for you.
The hell is that?
We're under attack. You still remember how to kill, right?
Yeah.
So that is essentially that's the scene.
Yes.
And this is a 180% different take. I mean,
Yes.
for one, we're not in the town. We're not safe, and they're getting attacked right now. And
Right. Yeah, they get attacked by raiders while he's there.
yeah, and the entire tone is completely different. In the show, Joel is very he's like in a more submissive,
Yeah,
kind of
I'm
the thing.
gonna-
He's beaten down. He's dejected.
I just
I
keep
can't
failing
do
her.
exactly.
I'm gonna lose her. I know that I'm just gonna get her killed.
Yeah, this is, and I mean, he's threatening. He's angry. He's violent. I mean, he's still got some badassery going on
Yes.
here. He's got a lot of it, and in the show, not so much. He wants out as an escape in the show because he doesn't want this girl to get hurt. He just can't do it. Versus this one, he just wants the fuck out. He wants to be done with this. I want to go. I don't give a shit what happens. I'm out.
And for
Very, very different.
And for me, this adds to the intensity of like I said, that twist at the end.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Interesting. The other thing, because I didn't play the game, I might be wrong when I'm remembering this.
Yep.
I remember the monkeys being a fucking thing in the game.
The monkeys were a thing.
Were they like? Did you have to fight off monkeys? Did
No,
they get
it was
aggressive?
like
No,
the exact
nothing?
same thing. It was the exact same
they're
thing.
just
So,
there.
yeah, so in the game, you get to the college and you see some monkeys. You also see giraffes that are roaming through there. Like you stop. I'm pretty sure that it's at the college, and they stick their head in and like eat some leaves, and then they move on. And so the monkeys are up in a room like that, and so you work your way kind of through whatever college building that is, and you get to the end of the lab, and they're like, oh, they're not here, we just searched the whole lab. And then on your way out, it's the same deal. Raiders are coming into the building. The way that Joel gets injured is way cooler in the game.
Really?
It's way cooler in the game. So
But still kind of ends that way.
Yes. This injury part is definitely, it's right on from the game, even the falling down on the horse and all that type of stuff. So
And can I just say, from a storytelling standpoint, I do not like the surprise gut wound. I don't like I'm in a violent tussle, blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden through oh, I just totally missed it. I wasn't paying attention. He's got the stem of a baseball bat in his
Right.
gut. Oh geez.
Right.
And then Mr. Hardcore Survivalist, who's been out there in the lands, all this, knows better than to take this foreign object out of his stomach. No. I'm just going to do that and then bleed out.
right.
I don't know. I'm not a fan
So-
of that whole trope.
No, I agree. And in the game, he hears everything that's going on, and he gets knocked over a railing inside of the building, and there's like rubble with rebar sticking out of it, and he falls on a piece of rebar.
Oh,
and it
no.
goes through him,
Oh.
and he has to lift himself off of the rebar to defend himself. And so it's that he has no choice but to get off of the rebar, and then it's that wound that is fucking him up 'cause it's all rusty and terrible.
Rough.
Yeah, so that's what happens to him in the
And
game.
this all takes place in the dam?
in the college.
In the college,
Yeah,
okay.
after they leave the dam. There is another scene, if you go forward in that video, like...
So I didn't close it. I
Yeah,
wasn't sure.
No, you're good. If you go to 13702, then this is where Ellie runs away after the raiders come to the dam. She hears the conversation because Tommy agrees that he's going to take Ellie instead of Joel. And Ellie hears that conversation and she gets upset and she runs away. So Tommy and Joel go to find her and she has run away to this farmhouse, this abandoned farmhouse.
Okay.
So that is where they're at now.
It's clear.
Yeah, and so
This
this
looks
scene,
so much more haggard.
Yes. So this scene upstairs is almost a shot-for-shot remake, just in a different location. But just
Oh, yeah, when it
note-
goes into the room.
Yeah,
Is
and
this
just
really all we
note
had
the
to worry
difference in
about?
emotion in her portrayal.
Oh,
God damn
no.
it! You Call of Duty sons of bitches.
I hate it.
Whatever you do.
Whoa, now we're at Harbor
Harbor
Freight.
Freight?
Jeez.
Have you ever
a
shopped at
double.
Harbor Freight before?
Nah.
Is there any way you can turn your volume up? It's
Movies?
very quiet and my volume is all the way up.
Yes. I definitely can.
Yes.
Let's do desktop audio. Yoink.
Boom.
Boom.
Tell us if that is better, Kevin.
Deciding which shirt goes with which skirt.
Oh, yeah, I should have been watching the levels a little bit
Bizarre.
more.
Get up. We're leaving.
And if I say no?
Do you even realize what your life means? Huh? Running off like that, putting yourself at risk? It's pretty goddamn stupid.
Well, I guess we're both disappointed with each other then.
What do you want from me?
Admit that you wanted to get rid of me the whole time.
Tommy knows this area.
Oh,
better
fuck
than-
that.
Well, I'm sorry. I trust him better than I trust myself.
Stop with the bullshit. What are you so afraid of?
Shit.
That I'm gonna end up like Sam? I can't get infected. I can take care of myself.
How many close calls have we had?
Well, we seem to be doing all right so far.
And now you'll be doing even better with Tommy.
Not her, you know.
What?
Oh, boy.
Maria told me about Sarah.
Ellie?
And
You're treading on some mighty thin ice here.
I'm sorry about your daughter, Joel. But I have lost people too.
You have no idea what loss is.
So much more anger in his voice.
I'm
Everyone
telling
I
you.
have cared for has either died or left me. Everyone fucking except for you. So don't tell me that I would be safer with someone else, because the truth is I would just be more scared.
So much more emotion, too.
I'm telling
Good
you.
Lord.
You're right. You're not my daughter. And I sure as hell ain't your dad.
Line for line, though.
Yes.
And we are going our separate ways.
Get it together. We're not alone.
Until then.
I got two walking in.
There's more inside already.
Yeah, so you clear these people out of the house. You go back to the dam. Joel is like, all right, I'll take you instead of Tommy. And then they go to the college. So,
Interesting.
I legit have tear in my eye right now. Like,
That
so
was
that's,
that was so, and like the look in her eyes. I mean, there's
I'm
so much more
telling you.
emotion in the video game character than there is from.
why from a human being. Why is it this way?
Oh,
Why is it this way? It shouldn't be this way. You're a
should not
human
be
being,
this
and
way.
that's a computer. And I shouldn't. This legit. You just watched it. Made me tear up.
Oh.
I didn't give a fuck about the show when this happened. All I could think was the game is better. Was
Wow.
this scene in the game is better, because that particular part is exactly line for line
Yeah.
remade, and it's better in the fucking game.
That's
Why?
rough. That's rough, dude. That bothers me. That bothers me on a scale I can't even.
I'm telling you.
So much better. So much better.
I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, and then at that point, because in the show, the next morning comes, she's all dressed up, ready to go, and Tommy comes in to go take her away and go down, go deliver her to the Fireflies, the whole concept, right?
Yeah.
And then Joel has had a change of heart overnight.
Right.
And is like got a horse ready to go, and he's gonna go. He's gonna take her. It's not this. This was way more impactful.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden there's a crisis to deal with. So then shit's happened to happen quick on the fly like this. And then I'm sure I don't know the rest. Like you said,
I think maybe she runs away again, and you got to kind of go through the forest to get her. And maybe that comes next, and then but you end up back at the dam because you kind of resupply and shit, and then you go onto the college.
yeah, but it's not like this sob story.
No.
You know, I have a turnaround after thinking about it overnight, and then
No.
now I'm gonna take you.
No,
Interesting.
it's better.
That's so much better, dude. It's like it's not even funny. It's
Yeah.
like so much better. Oh man, you ever heard about the movie White Noise? We have definitely heard about it.
Yes.
I have not watched it yet though.
No.
Because I do want to watch
Because
it.
they're all about the movie recommendations. So Kevin
Yeah.
said, we are monkey see, monkey do, and Ethos lays out how the elites use television shows to create a narrative and reality that's not real. Great documentary. Television is meant to control the masses. I haven't watched television since 2012 because of the documentary anyway. Just want to tell you about it. No, okay, so let me write them both down. Let's see. White
Ethos.
Noise, yeah. Ethos and White Noise movies. Okay.
Yeah. Very nice. Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, because White Noise, I've been hearing a lot about that ever since. It was kind of like when Pandemic Time came out, and then they're like, dude, have you guys seen Contagion? It's like basically the same thing.
Not a recommendation, just a weird
word.
coincidence. No. You recommended it.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Alex says we do, so
you
we do.
can't get away from it now. Contagion was lit, though. I don't remember whether or
Contagion
not I
was pretty
saw
good.
that before or after COVID, but I know I watched it again after that, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
that's fucked up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I watched it during when I was working from home and all that, during my various movie binges of the time. And then I would watch that, and then I would watch Outbreak, the one with
Yeah.
what's his face in it? Is it Sean Penn? No, it's not Sean Penn. No, shit. The guy from Sphere, Dustin Hoffman. He's in that one.
Yes.
Yeah. And that one I actually like better, the
Utopia.
older movie. Yeah, Utopia was one. That's the one I think that they actually pulled off the air, right?
What?
That might have been the American version of it, but yeah, it was about a group of elites or some kind of Bill Gates character that kind of creates, like they created a virus or a vaccine or something for a virus that ultimately like starts to sterilize everybody, and then it kind of turns into like a Children of Man type thing.
And you can't watch it anymore?
They canceled the show, from what I recall.
They
were like, "This is it.
canceled the
It's clashing too much with our narrative. We can't be doing this right now." So I don't know if it still exists, but I remember hearing a lot about it at the time. So
Yeah, what the
was a thing.
fuck?
That was a thing.
Utopia 2020. Utopia is an American science fiction, but you want the British one, not the American one.
Yeah.
The 2013 British original series of the same name.
Just pulling it up on the IMDb's here. Oh yeah, yeah. Not USA, he says.
Due to budget disputes, is what they say.
Oh.
A community of comic book fans believe the graphic novel The Utopia Experiments predicted several disastrous epidemics such as mad cow disease. A rumored unpublished sequel supposedly contains further information on further world events.
That's right.
When one Utopia enthusiast procures the manuscript, he invites 4 of his friends from an online forum to meet in real life. However, after getting their hands on the manuscript, the 4, Ian, Becky, Wilson, and Grant, find themselves in over their heads as a secret organization known only as the Network is after it. They find their lives systematically dismantled, while the Network operatives kill anyone in their way as they hunt for the manuscript and someone named Jessica Hyde. Jessica, who has been on the run from the Network her entire life, meets with the group and helps them evade capture. Meanwhile, other characters find themselves ensnared in the Network's orbit, and through their interactions with its agents, the organization's purpose and secret plot come into focus. The closer people come to understanding what's truly going on, the more dangerous things become, as rumors of Russian flu proliferate worldwide, and a variety of groups and individuals close in on the protagonists. They try to solve the web of mysteries and conspiracies around them. Holy shit.
Sounds good. Sounds real good. And just, I don't play the IMDb thing anymore on the show because we always get popped for that. Because it plays the preview automatically. But just from what I saw, it looks pretty good. You know, there was a time when UK versions of shows and UK television stuff was pretty rough around the edges. But, you know, once we got into the middle 2000 teens, I mean, things started to look pretty good over there.
Controversy. UK media regulator Ofcom received 44 complaints about the television series, including complaints about violence, offensive language, and child actors being involved in scenes of adult content. 37 of the complaints related to a scene at the beginning of the third episode where a shooting takes place in a secondary school a month after the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting. In the second series, the use of real-life events, including the assassination of Ari Neve, prompted criticisms of the show by a number of people, including members of the Neve family. In response, Channel 4 issued a statement and said that the drama series is entirely fictional, and it is not Channel 4's intention to cause offense, and Utopia does not suggest that any other real organization was responsible for the death of Ari Neve.
Oh, jeez.
Weird.
That is strange.
All right.
Well, you know, I mean, you know, the rule of thumb is if a FCC or British equivalent, if they get 44 complaints, that actually means in reality 44 million people have the same response. So they take everything very, very seriously.
This says that it was on Amazon Prime.
Oh, shit.
You can watch it on Amazon Prime.
I'm into that. I got the Amazon
The
Prime.
American version you can watch on Amazon Prime. And I don't know. Peep it. Let's see about the...
Opia. Let me do UK.
Yeah.
Let's see if it's... yeah, there you go.
Boom.
Prime Video. Look at that. You can watch season 1 and season 2.
And then they have the American one, too.
Yeah.
Boom.
Palm Springs, Andy Samberg is a good movie. No, that's a recommendation.
Should I write that one down, too?
Oh, that's too good.
I watched Heat this week. It's great.
Watched what?
Heat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you fucking love Heat.
That's great.
It's going to be your favorite new... It is your favorite movie now,
Top
right?
5. Top 5 for certain.
Woo.
For certain.
Along
for
with a
certain.
bunch of other heist movies, right?
I would have to
Like
really
The
think.
Town.
I would have to
and-
really think about that if I was going to do a top 5 again. I would have to really, really think about that.
Yeah.
But Heat is for sure in it.
It's a great movie,
Yeah.
dude. You got a star-studded cast.
Yeah.
Fucking Al Pacino. That was an interesting conversation we had earlier this week about Al Pacino, right? Is he
Whether
really
or
this
not-
good, or
Yeah. Whether or not he's actually a good actor or if he's just good at what he's doing.
yeah?
So, and I think that I would, like I said, I would have to watch a ton more shit. But
You ever seen Devil's Advocate?
yes,
That's fucking
yeah. I
good
have
one.
seen that one before. Yeah, that one's really good. He's in. I know we've talked about Glenn Ross before, and you've never
Yeah.
seen that, but he's
Yeah.
in that movie too. He's one of the salesmen in that movie.
Does he kind of play the same type of character? Too?
Yeah, aggressive like that.
Yeah.
So it's the same type of shit. But that's a really good one.
Yeah.
Glenn Ross is awesome.
Yes. Yeah. I gotta remember to actually watch that
Yeah,
movie.
that one's fire.
What's that movie about again? It's a
They're
salesman. And
they're like real estate. I think it's real estate is what they're selling. Yeah, and they're looking for leads. They're waiting for leads to come in. Trying to get the leads. So
that's not the Coffees for Closers movie, right?
Yes,
that is the Coffees.
That's
only for
Coffees
closers.
for closers.
That's right.
Losers get steak knives. Yeah, that's a whole.
Who else is in that? Who's the dude that actually makes the Coffees for
That's
Closers
Alec
speech?
Baldwin that makes
That's right.
makes that speech. Yeah,
Young Alec Baldwin.
Yes.
Just pleaded not guilty, by the way.
and that's what I heard. And they're gonna like drop some of the charges, right?
Yeah, they're taking like the gun
Dude.
add-ons of the charges off.
Fuck you guys.
Fuck Alec Baldwin.
Fuck Alec Baldwin. You just apparently it's all right if you're making a movie to kill someone.
Bro, he looks real bad.
Good.
I saw
fucking good.
Yeah, I saw a video of him like leaving his apartment or something. I think he was probably heading to the courthouse or whatever. Disheveled as fuck. Rough. And then he's like yelling at people on the street. It's over, bro. It's over.
People should throw shit at that guy. I'm not. I mean,
he throws.
I guess I don't think I'm like allowed to say that. So I'm not telling anyone they should do that. He deserves to have things thrown. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that either, but that's closer to okay.
He deserves to be held accountable for the murder of the women that he murdered.
Welcome to the salt of the streets, coming at you every week with this food for thought. Hope you ready to eat everything.